What's up, drinking buddies? This is Matt Slayer. Before we get into this week's episode, just a quick word from our sponsors. This week's episode is brought to you by Laughable, the #1 comedy podcast app on iOS. Not only can you subscribe to your favorite shows, you can also subscribe to your favorite artists. Laughable gives you suggestions, and not even that, you can buy tickets to your favorite comedy shows in-app. We fucking love Laughable. Joining us this week is adult performer Donnie Rock. Donnie and I catch up, tell some really awesome drinking stories, and, show the dumbest thing we've ever done to try to get laid. The bar's open, pour yourself a cold one, and enjoy, guys. Hey, what's going on, Donnie Rock?
Not a whole lot. How about you?
Yeah, shit, man. It's been a minute.
It has. It's been a while. When was the last time? Do you know?
Shit, it's been over a year.
I was going to say,
I mean, since you've been on the show now, since I've seen you.
Right.
Fuck, we were just partying Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. Pizza party.
I didn't have the heart to tell Nadir I didn't actually get any pizza.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, jeez. He would have made more. He would have made you one especially for you.
I know he would. And I felt a little guilty about being like, yo, Nadir, can you make me just my own pizza?
Oh, bummer. You've had his pizza, though, right?
Oh, yeah, plenty of times.
Okay. Good.
Plenty of times.
Good.
Just, I didn't want to be that asshole. Showed up to the party late.
No. He would have made you your own specialty pie.
I know he would have.
Yeah.
No matter how drunk he got, he would have made me a pie, and I appreciate that about Nadir, but I feel like it just would have been a dick move.
Yeah. You know what? I have to say, at the end of the night, I saw him throw 2 balls of dough away because he didn't make 2 pizzas. So.
Well, maybe then I'm the dick.
Right. You made him throw 2 pies away.
Nadir, when you hear this, I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I'm a bad friend. I made you waste your precious dough.
There you go. He's okay with that. You know what? He'll have another pizza party.
I hope so.
That was our first go at quasi catering because we're thinking about maybe starting a catering company where we do pizzas.
Is it going to be porn and pizzas or just pizza?
We're probably going to have to practice it, like trial runs in porn and pizza, but eventually we'd like to do Hollywood celebrity pizza parties.
Hey, you can start with my rooftop.
True, that we can, and we have the oven we can bring, so we're mobile.
Yeah, let's do that shit.
Okay,
Make use of my fucking roof.
Exactly.
Have a fucking rad ass pizza party.
I'm down with that. Your roof is awesome, which I saw tonight. Yeah,
this is the first time you've been to my place, so
it is, and I am very impressed. I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I like the building. I like the apartment. I like the rooftop. I like it all. The street parking, not so much, but
Hollywood, man.
It is.
Can't have it all.
It's Hollywood. True. But you're in a good area. I like it.
Well, I'd hate to be paying this much fucking rent if I wasn't.
Exactly.
Like, hey, man, spend. I did the math. If they're without any interest, what we pay a month over a 30-year mortgage without any interest would make this place worth about $1.1 million.
And that sounds about right.
It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But of course, my rent's going to go up.
Of course.
So if I manage to live 30 years and I manage to live here for 30 years,
right,
I'll probably pay like $2 million for this place.
Well, if you live here in 30 years, I'm going to start worrying. Not that it's not nice, but you should probably move on at some point.
I don't know, man. The middle class is dead. I think I'm doing pretty well for myself.
True, you're right. Who knows? You might get married and have a kid. Have to move out to the burbs.
You trying to curse me, man? What the fuck's wrong with you? You come into my home and you try to lay that kind of fucking curse on me? Donnie Rock, what the fuck?
You might be living out in Calabasas.
I hope she's fucking rich.
Exactly.
But you come into my home. Jeez. That's such bad fucking mojo, man.
I laid condoms in the bathroom for you, so.
I thought I already left those there.
I don't want you getting anyone pregnant.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the condoms were actually in the bathroom because I had some unfortunate bathroom sex earlier in the week.
Okay. All right. I did too, actually.
In my bathroom?
Not your bathroom, but a bathroom.
Oh.
A random bathroom.
You sure it wasn't my bathroom?
Positive.
I had a hookup this weekend. I got to stop sticking my dick in places it doesn't need to go.
Yeah, me too. Tell me about it.
Bang this girl. And then she fucking blew up at me for not walking her to her car.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, okay, so here's what I usually do. After I'm done, I've showered and whatever, usually, and I'm in like my pants that I just want to walk to the door. I don't want to walk all the way. Maybe I'm not like dressed to go all the way down to the car. Maybe I'm just dressed to go to the door.
See, I made the mistake of post-banging and going out for drinks and dinner.
Yeah.
So we walked back here, and my neighborhood's not bad.
Right.
It's not a bad neighborhood. But it was nighttime. There were some motherfuckers like just out being about. And she's like, can you walk me to my car? But we had to come back up here to get her shit. And I was just kind of like, eh. And then she got super upset. Like, and I'm like, fine, I'll walk you to your car. She stormed out of my apartment before I could.
Well, it was too late.
Yeah. And I texted her, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. If I really realized that you felt threatened, I would have walked you to your car. She's like, fuck you. What kind of man doesn't walk a woman to her car? Like,
wow.
The kind of man who thinks that you're a goddamn adult.
Hey.
That you should be, that there was no threat laid upon you. There wasn't some dude outside like, yo, girl, I'm going to fuck you. Like, no one said shit to her or me when we were walking. Some dude was catcalling some other girl.
Wow.
And she's like, I don't feel safe. Like, I didn't think that was a serious request.
Sometimes they go a little overboard.
Well, no, she's like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. You got no respect for me. The fuck?
Did you tell her, did you forget what I just did to you upstairs?
It was pretty mediocre. I'm not going to lay that down. Well, because it was bad. It wasn't bad, but it was not the best performance from either one of us because she was on her period. I didn't have any like towels that I felt like laying down on my bed to get bloodied. So we moved to shower sex, and that just didn't work out very well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It was just like, this is not working so great. Ended up like jerking off on her tits and.
Fair enough. I'm a non-period sex guy.
Why?
Because first of all, sex is gross to begin with. And then you add blood into the mix. And
Donnie, what do you do for a living?
Trust me, I know. And let me tell you, I'm the first one with their hand on the shower knob when they say cut. And that shower goes right on and I get right in. Trust me.
You're in a very strange line of work for someone who thinks sex is gross.
I know. I say it all the time. It's disgusting. It's dirty. It's everything. And like I said, I'm in the shower. I'm usually I'm the cleanest person on a set. And I'm usually take 2 showers by the time I leave there.
I don't blame you on that, but I wouldn't call sex gross.
It's hot. It's hot at the time while I'm doing it. Can you like spit on me? Can I spit on you? Can I put my fingers in your mouth? Vice versa. Yes. As soon as it's done, I'm disgusted.
As soon as you get the poison out, huh?
Exactly.
Like, oh, pop. Oh, what did I just do?
And the brain shifts gears. Yeah. Or the brain just actually starts working again.
Yeah. Once you stop thinking with the little head.
So yeah, but it's gross. I say that all the time.
Yeah. These things happen, but you're working like 4 or 5 days a week, right?
I am. I usually work at least 3 days a week.
So you're putting yourself in a gross situation, getting your hazard pay 3 days a week at least?
At least 3 days a week, yes. And, it's good when I get the paycheck, usually. I mean, like I always say, there's some days I shouldn't get paid at all. Most days I should make double.
I'm sure your co-hosts love to hear that.
Well, I would only say that here.
Yeah, out to the internet.
Right.
People do listen to this, Donnie.
Right.
We're not just bullshitting on my roof.
Okay, and that's good. That's my point. I want the masses to know that it's not all unicorns and rainbows.
Oh, I'm sure our regular listeners are well aware it's not rainbows. I've said on multiple occasions, and I just said it to Tommy Pistol a couple weeks ago, like, I'm not sure I could do your job. I'm not sure.
Why?
I don't know if I could get it up and keep it up for whoever and pop on command, especially when, some dude's leaning over me and sweating on me under the fucking lights. I'm not sure I could do that job.
A lot of people can't. And that's why it's the same 30 guys that do all the work.
Right. But a lot of people don't actually consciously acknowledge that they can't do the job.
Right. Well, everyone thinks they can.
Not this guy.
Well, okay. That's a fair...
just this guy right here. Doesn't think he can do it.
That's a level-headed approach because everyone can have sex in their bedroom, right? Or
not always.
Well, I was going to say probably 90%.
Hey, they wouldn't make those little blue pills if everyone could do it all the time.
Exactly. Well, I don't know who invented that. Maybe that was a performer.
Well, Pfizer, it's for old men, technically.
Yeah, true.
Actually, I'm kind of curious what the history of Viagra is.
I don't know. I've never looked it up.
I'm on it.
And I try not to take it whenever I don't need to. And not that I ever really need to, but sometimes it's that insurance policy that...
Fair so. So it originally started off as a blood pressure medication.
I've heard that before.
And then they're like, oh, hey, look at that.
It gets the blood flowing.
Gets the blood flowing.
In all places.
Mostly just one.
Right, yeah. No, but a lot of people do think they can do it. And a lot of people, they don't understand what it takes. And okay, more than anything, I will say, it's not the people. I mean, the people don't bother me, whatever. At home, I want to have sex on my time and do what I want to do. I don't really want to do what people tell me to do, and that's what it is.
What, you don't want to open up at home?
Right. I don't. That's not comfortable. I do the up and over so they can get the shot from underneath all the time because I like that position's comfortable and there's nothing in the way. It's great. I did it yesterday, actually.
At home or on set?
On set. No, that's one of the ones I do on set that is actually comfortable and they can still get a good shot of it.
You ever do it at home or?
Sometimes, but not really because I don't need to. I mean, I could. Again, it's not bad. I don't mind it, but not really. Occasionally, but very rarely. That's one I like on set. And I like a pile driver. I like that on set.
Oh, I was about to say, in real life? Really? Really?
I do, but I never do it because that's an uncomfortable one for her too. So whoever you have at home, you might care about them a little bit, and you don't want to put them in a compromising position.
Unless they're into that.
Right. Yeah. So, but I like pile driver, especially on set.
So offset, what the hell's been going on?
Nothing, man. I don't really do anything exciting. I wake up in the morning around anywhere from like 5:45 to 6:30. I sit around for about an hour. My favorite time of the day is from the time I wake up until the time my roommate wakes up, because he talks from the time he wakes up until the time he goes to sleep. And so I'm very laid back. So I like to wake up, maybe have a little, I'm like the old timer that reads the newspaper in the morning, except I don't read the newspaper. But I'll maybe have a little bit of tea, sit around, scroll through Twitter.
Cup of tea? You have a cup of tea?
Sometimes. I don't actually drink tea. I drink herbal tea. So no caffeine.
I don't know why I just went into that horrible British accent either. Fucking happened.
Well, they're known for their tea.
They're known for enslaving people to get tea.
Right.
That's how Hong Kong became a fucking colony. The Chinese like, nah, we're not giving you tea. They said, oh, really? Really? You don't think you're giving us tea? That's where the expression all the tea in China comes from.
Right, yeah.
The British are like, no.
Yeah.
We'll be taking that.
Yeah. No, I drink an herbal tea, actually out of Boulder, Colorado. Celestial Seasonings is the brand I drink.
Well, fancy.
Yeah, it's like a dirty hippie thing. But I always say I'm a clean hippie. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I shower at least a few times a day, but Boulder has been known for its dirty hippie background. So I get up, sit around, drink my tea, and then I go work out. And then when I'm done working out, I either go to work or I come back and maybe get on my computer and send a few emails or whatever. And then if I don't want to sit at home, I go sit at a coffee shop and hang out there with my computer. And not much. I get outside a lot though. Even if I'm at home, I sit out back on the porch. And so it's California. It never rains. It's generally sunny and fairly warm. So I sit around and, hang out. I maybe go for a trail run or do this or do that. Or I like to drive my truck around a little bit and check out back roads and try to get lost.
Gotten lost anywhere good recently?
I did. I found some good places up in the Angeles Forest, up past like Pasadena, up that way. And in fact, I was in like Eagle Rock area by Glendale, and I had to go to Acton, and I took the road through the National Forest, which is pretty desolate and awesome. And that's the way I went. Instead of going around and taking the highways, I went through the National Forest because it was sweet. So that was cool. I'll go back up there. In fact, I have to work up in Acton again on Saturday. So
wait, they're shooting porn in Acton?
Yeah, there's one location up there, which I love because I love to go up there because it's out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we go up there and we'll shoot all day. I shoot for this one woman who lives in like San Diego, and she rents this house in Acton, and she comes up and she'll stay for like 2 days and shoot one whole day for sure, and usually hires me. So I go up to Acton, like, probably once a month.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Like I said, I like it up there because it's quiet. Not near as many people as the Valley.
Oh, the Valley.
Nowhere has near as many people as the Valley.
I feel like central Los Angeles does.
Well, it does, but the Valley is just different.
Yeah, it's the fucking suburbs.
Yeah, it's just a grid, man, and like, there's so many people. It's ridiculous. That's my biggest complaint. Well, and the heat. I don't like the summer heat.
You couldn't pay me to move to the Valley? Ugh.
I don't love it. But again, aside from the people and the heat, it's okay.
Furthest you could ever possibly get me to move to the Valley?
Studio City.
Yeah. Studio City, Valley Village.
See, to me, Studio City, I like it, but it feels as busy, if not more busy than Hollywood, with nothing to do. Like, at least Hollywood is Hollywood, and there's bars, and it's fun and good people watching. Studio City is just people, just locals that live there.
There's a couple decent spots.
There's a couple good bars. I found a couple good music spots recently.
Oh, really? Where?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Of course.
The one place is like an Irish pub.
I'm assuming it's on Ventura.
No, it's
really?
I think it's on Moore Park, so one street behind. Something 33 maybe, or I can't remember. Really cool place though. They have bands, I think every night of the week, and they a lot of times are like rockabilly-ish, country-ish bands, which is kind of up my alley. So
I didn't think you were a country guy.
Oh, I love country. I'm from the country.
Well,
I'm a country
Plenty
kid.
of people are from the country don't listen to country.
Right. No, I grew up in like redneck USA, man, and I can't really shake it. Like I put on a good front, but
I mean, did you lose your virginity to your sister or some shit?
No, that's West Virginia. I'm from Pennsylvania.
That's not far off.
No, it's right down. We're neighbors, but no, but from super redneck area. So I grew up hunting and fishing and all that stuff.
I mean, the mustache tells me otherwise, but I never pictured you as a country guy.
See, and I say this all the time. All the hipsters have mustaches and beards. So do rednecks. I'm the redneck side that has the mustache and beard.
So you're saying I should edit some banjo music into this motherfucker?
I love it.
Donnie Rock's joining us.
Exactly. I love bluegrass. I love country. I love like rockabilly, like Dwight Yoakam, Elvis style. That was kind of the original. But yeah, that's my favorite. And of course, I like classic rock and that stuff too. But
It's fucked up, man. Like Nirvana gets played on classic rock stations now.
yeah, you're right. They do, which for me is great because I love the '90s alternative. I mean, that was
But it makes me feel so fucking old.
right.
Like,
But I always used to say this: the classic rock station in my hometown, which is a small town, but they play the same songs over and over and over. And that era was so big. There's so many songs. They have so many songs to pick from, and they pick the same, 30 over and over. But which is good that they're adding bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, etc.
it's still really fucked up. I mean, we're about the same age, so
Right. And those bands have been around for a long time.
I know. It's bands from, when we were in fucking high school being on classic rock makes me feel fucking old.
Right. Yeah. I just turned 37 and I don't feel old. But a number has never bothered me. But recently around my birthday, when I knew I was turning 37, I started to think about 40. And I think, again, no number has ever bothered me. I've done great with hanging out with any age men, hanging out with any age women, getting laid by any age women.
Not any
Over
age.
18.
Right.
Yeah.
Over the age of consent.
Right. But I think 40 is going to bother me a little bit. It's done. It's over at that point. You can't really do anything. At least for me, I come from an athletic background, so it's over. So yeah, I think 40 is going to bother me.
Yeah, you're not going to start your UFC career at 40.
I don't think. I mean, I guess I could give it a go, but I don't think.
Maybe if they start the Elders League.
Right. The open division. Or the seniors division, yeah.
Yep. Hey, work on a different ground game than the one you're currently working on.
Right, yeah. Well, I have the other one. That's how I started. But with my wrestling background. But yeah, this is a whole different beast. But they're a lot lighter. I mean, we're in different weight classes now.
I'd hope so. I mean, I hope you don't have to bang girls that weigh as much as you.
Right, no, I'm like 160. These girls are like 100. So that's great. They're easy to maneuver.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's my favorite, though, like the little 100-pounders.
You're into the spinners?
The spinners, yeah.
Is that real life or?
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally.
How's the love life going? Anyone,
No,
everyday
man.
civilians?
No, but if I were ever going to date anyone, it would be a civilian, for sure. But no, I don't really try. I mean, I always say this, and I don't mean this to sound any other way than just honest, but I'm a guy's guy. So I don't ever try to hang out with chicks. I hang out with dudes, and that's what I do. And I'm all male all the time. So no, I don't. And so I don't go out of my way to meet chick civilians either, really. Occasionally, here and there, but.
Well, if the opportunity presents itself, of course.
Right, exactly. And I'm good at talking to people, so if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. It's okay.
That's how I feel about it, too. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and just fucking spend my nights and days chasing fucking pussy, but,
Right.
if it's around.
Exactly. If it falls in my lap, great. If it doesn't, that's okay, too.
I'll put a little more effort than falling in my lap, but it's like,
Right. I will, too. That'd be a lie. But, yeah.
don't lie to my audience. Come on.
They don't deserve that.
No, they're good people.
Right.
Most of them.
What kind are they?
I'm assuming 18 to 35 males
Okay.
is the majority of
Makes
the demographic.
Okay.
And probably a handful of industry folk.
Okay. Makes sense.
I don't really know. I'm just fucking assuming.
And you have mostly industry people on, correct?
We got a fair mix going these days.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had some comedians on. A couple episodes back, we had fucking a bunch of comedians that I sat down with. I didn't really interview them. I sat down with at LA Podfest. We had Bert Kreischer on, Hal Sparks,
Oh, nice.
fucking Marie Valeriano, Sam Levine. It was a Barry Katz, manager to the stars. It was good shit.
Ah, nice. Okay. Good.
So we just want to keep mixing it up.
Yeah,
But we got to be honest to the roots. Bring in, some porn folk here and there.
of course. And everyone always likes to hear a good porn story.
Well, then what do you got for us in a good porn story? Any
Oh,
craziness on set recently?
No, I don't really even have any. The only crazy story I really have, and again, it's not even that crazy. At least I don't think. I had a girl throw up on me one time. It's a total accident, but
After 2 showers, she still puked on you?
Yeah, she gagged.
Oh.
And there was it was a set where they had a lot of food. And so that being said, I never eat before a scene. So even if I were to puke, not that there's anything provoking that, but if I were to, nothing would come up. Anyway, she had eaten a little bit, and I remember them having turkey bacon. And when she puked, there was a piece of turkey bacon on my, on my junk. And it was really gross. As I mentioned earlier, sex is the most disgusting thing on the planet.
That's not sex, dude. That's a girl puking. Like.
Well, right.
Normal sex, I don't know what kind of sex you're having. I don't watch your scenes. But in normal sex, girls don't puke on you.
Right.
Just letting you know.
Okay.
I know it's been a while since you've had normal sex.
Yeah.
We're clear, right?
Yeah.
Girls don't puke on you normally.
Yeah. It was totally out of the order. And it's the only time it's happened, so that's good.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, if girls puke on you all the time, I'd understand why you think sex is gross.
Right. No, and she was obviously very embarrassed, and I would never mention her name, but I was embarrassed for her. It was a bummer. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I said, it's okay. There's nothing. It's all good. And like, there's no anything. I lied, of course, just to make her feel
as long as you didn't get puke in your pee hole.
Well, I probably did a little bit, but...
Oh, I'm sure you would have known. That's just got to burn.
I showered right away.
Yeah, but if it got in your urethra, that would have fucking been horrible.
Yeah, probably. But, okay, so that...
You've gotten the old school fucking gonorrhea test, right?
Yeah, that thing hurt like crazy.
Right.
In college all the time. I used to go, it was free, so I went all the time.
Dude, you're a better man than me. Like, I used to get the HIV test all the fucking time. Way back in the day. But that Q-tip in my dick, like, I'll gamble.
It hurts, right?
Yeah, I did it once. I'm like, no.
It just burned so bad.
Yeah, and then it burns for hours.
Yeah, that was the big... It didn't even hurt at the time. It burned for like an hour later for the rest of the day.
Yeah, the next time you pee, it's like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck?
Yeah. I hated that. I hated it, but it was almost like I didn't like it, don't get me wrong. That's not where I'm going with this, but it was almost like a glutton for punishment type of thing. But I guess I was probably doing so much banging that I owed it to myself to suffer through the pain.
No, I don't agree with that statement. There's never a good reason to have a Q-tip stuck. Well, I mean, yes, there's a good reason at the time to have a Q-tip shoved in your dick, but it's not really a good reason.
Right. They still test you like that in Europe.
Well, fuck Europe then.
Yeah.
Fucking savages.
Right. Commies.
Why can't you fucking pee for them?
Yeah, I don't know. They're not up to date on the technology.
Well, fuck. Thankfully, I'm not a performer. I get my test done in the States.
There you go. And you just blood.
Oh, no, I'll pee.
Or blood and pee. Yeah, that's what I do.
As long as... No.
Right. Yeah, it hurts. I haven't had it for
I remember the first time I did that, like, went to a free clinic. That doctor was not gentle. Little Indian lady. She's just like, lean back, don't look. Just pop. Look. It was the worst shit ever. Just...
That's a long time for me. I probably haven't had that done since like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, it's got to be like early 2000s for me also.
Yeah. Well, college, when I was in college.
Yeah, the next time I went for an ST, I mean, my civilian days, there was some lapse in getting tested.
Right, yeah, me too.
Not that I'm not I'm porn, you know what I fucking mean.
Right. But I say this all the time. I've never had anything, knock on wood, and I think it was because I chose wisely. I think that's part of it. Like, for example, I wasn't banging crackheads on the street. Not saying crackheads all have STDs, but I would say the liability is higher. The risk is higher. But I wasn't doing that. I was choosing wisely.
Well, I don't know, man. The one time I got chlamydia, I got it from a civilian I was banging on the regular. Like, it was my regular fuck buddy. We had been banging for 6 months. The rule was, like, no protection with us, protection with other people.
Wow.
She burned me.
Right.
And I wasn't even upset that she burned me. Like, Shit happens.
Right. It was what it was.
I was pissed off when she took no ownership of the situation.
Ooh. Yeah.
She's like, I came back negative. You obviously got blackout drunk and banged somebody else. But she's told me that she had done a round of antibiotics for a lung infection like a week earlier. And she's like, no, my doctor says those antibiotics wouldn't kill chlamydia. I'm like, no, they're antibiotics. That's how antibiotics work.
That's suspect.
Yeah. No, she's obviously a piece of shit, and I shouldn't have been sticking my dick in her in the first place.
Well, that happens too all the time.
Oh, yeah. No, I have horrible taste in women. Horrible.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been I'm really picky. I think that's why I haven't really had many girlfriends, but that's probably by choice. But even like hooking up.
Well, I mean, you're banging on set all the time, so it's not like you got to really get that need out.
No, and that's what I mean. That's kind of where I was going earlier. I'm a guy's guy, so if I'm trying to hang out, it's with dudes. And if I'm trying to get laid, I don't try to get laid because I get laid. You know? So it's kind of a built-in best-case scenario for me.
That's a good thing, Digital Playground found you.
Right. Oh, no, the Sex Factor.
Sex Factor.
Which is owned by X Hamster now. I'll give them their little plug. They're doing a speaking of the mustache, they're doing a thing for Movember. They're looking for the performer with the best mustache, and they're going to match donations or fundraising donations to the organization of my choice or whoever's choice.
You're like, I'm winning this motherfucker.
Right.
You should, Donnie. Seriously, you should just roll the set with Nair and other male talent. Grow that shit's like, whoops, my bad.
Right.
Oh, I didn't mean to get your upper lip. Oh, I'm sorry.
I initially carved this mustache, so you guys can see it. Here it is. I initially carved this mustache because I was kind of busting my buddy's balls, who's a performer and has a mustache. I carved it, and I was like, okay, this will be cool. And then I was like, okay, I'll be him for Halloween. So I was him for Halloween, and then when I carved it, it was so good, and I said, I can't shave this now. I have to keep it. So now here we are, November whatever, and I still have it. And so now I'm thinking I'll keep it through the month of November since it is No Shave November. And at that point, it'll be December 1st, and we're only a month and a half from AVN. So I kind of want to keep it for AVN. And if I keep it for AVN, it's going to be like burly. It's going to be good. Lumberjack.
Like that dude from fucking one of those chopper shows. Fucking
Paul, Big Paul.
Big Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see something ridiculous?
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh man.
On mic, please. Donnie, on mic.
Where was that? What is that?
So that was for Wood Rocket.
Okay.
That was for an episode of Sex in Public.
Okay.
And yeah, I was playing a redneck named Jesco.
It's so good.
It's a little uneven.
And that's the tricky part. And I'm a perfectionist, so if it's not perfect, I just shave it off. This one, I nailed it. And so I'm like, okay, I have to keep this now for
as long as you don't fuck up trimming it.
I know. And I am very careful. I use a comb and I pull it to the side. I trim underneath or on the edge, and I do the same thing all the way around.
Yeah, that's why I just rock a full beard these days, because I used to goatee, mutton chop, shit like that. Fuck it up all the time.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I say this all the time. I would love to have someone, go to a barber and have them like carve me up. But on the same token, I've let people do which again, this is not like the redneck in me, but I've let people give me a manicure, and they don't do it they don't do it perfectly. And so then I just take it over and I do I trim my nails, but I'm very picky on the beard. And so that's why I just do it.
That's cool. I mean, what works for you? That's why as I said, I rock the full beard. I would fuck it up. There's only been a handful of times I've spent the money on, a professional shave.
Yeah.
It's really nice when you do it, though.
I know. Did I show you, have I ever shown you the picture of my 6-month beard?
Mm-mm.
Oh, where is it? Oh, here. This thing was so sick. I had this beard for 6 months. Didn't touch it. I trimmed to my neck because I hate hair down on my neck. But this thing is ridiculous. Check that out.
Nice.
That's good, right?
You definitely look like you were about to shoot up a clinic.
Right. It was great. I tried, and I'm into things like I always say I'm most comfortable being uncomfortable. So I would try, I've hitchhiked several times. Most of the times I didn't need a ride or anything. It was just something fun to do. But I tried hitchhiking with that beard, which is a blast because you wait.
Yeah, no one's picking you up.
Right.
You look like a fucking vagabond.
But I loved it. It's great. And the chicks here's the thing, and this is what I was talking with my buddy about that has the mustache, Charles. The chicks that like it, love it. The ones that don't, hate it. And that's okay because, again, the ones that like it absolutely love it. And you're in.
This is true. I wholly agree on that shit. Like,
it's like chicks, it's with anything. Beards, shaved heads, mustaches. If they like it, they love it, and that's their type.
Oh yeah, no, I told some girl I was seeing not too long ago, like, yeah, I'm thinking about just shaving it off just for the fuck of it. And she's like, what? The fuck's wrong with you?
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm never fucking you again if you're clean shaven. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'll let it grow.
We'll let it go. I will keep the beard. It's cool. I prefer this because I look like I'm goddamn 12 when I'm clean shaven. By the way,
I'm the same way for the most part, which is why I get all the like boy next door, boyfriend, husband roles.
Yeah, I just get cast as a goddamn rabbi.
Well, speaking of that, I'm excited for award season.
Me too.
I am rooting for you, and everyone I know that's in the the Hall of Fame, I'm going to tell them when they cast their vote to vote for you.
They better. Shit.
It was a stellar performance.
Thank you. I did try. It took multiple takes to get that motherfucker down.
Did it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, because I had to get the goddamn accent.
Right. What was it again? Can you do it? Can you?
Baruch Hashem, Joanna. Baruch Hashem. It's a mitzvah. I'm still fucking it up. But I think that's as close as I'm going to get on one take.
What was the movie called?
Jews Love Black Cock.
Okay. And who were the girls?
Rizzo Ford, Jennifer White, Bella Danger, Joanna, of course. I'm trying to think who else was in that movie. It was all actual Jewish girls.
I was going to say, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. All right. And is it a good plot, or is it just pretty straightforward?
It's a decent plot. Basically, I, as Rabbi Mordecai, asked Joanna, the matchmaker, to set my daughters up with, good Jewish men. Turns out they all love black cock.
Wait, these were all of the girls in the movie were your daughters?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had a big family.
Well, yeah. I'm, Orthodox Jew. I don't pull out.
Right, of course. Now, are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a really bad Jew, but I am a Jew.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Huh.
Yeah, I'm a horrible Jew. I love pork.
Well, non-practicing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the big beard.
Is that you?
Oh, that's me.
That's a good one. That's Duck Dynasty style.
That's me in Australia in 2014.
Did you go there on vacation?
I did.
How was it?
Pretty rad. Ended up partying with the bar staff at some bar I met at Tuesday till like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning.
What time of year did you go?
I went July of 2014.
So winter.
Yeah, their winter. It wasn't fucking cold. It was like 50s, 60s.
What part of
I went to Sydney.
Okay, yeah.
And I went by myself.
Uh-huh. Best way to roll. I love it.
Sometimes not.
Yeah.
I like doing solo vacations, but I also like doing
Right.
I have a regular crew I travel with.
Okay.
Like, my buddies, we went to Cuba together, we went to Japan together, we just went to Amsterdam, Munich, and Helsinki. Well, Amsterdam and Munich together. They pushed out on Helsinki. Finland was rad, bitches.
There you go. I want to go up that way.
Dude, I just got back a month ago. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously, we were talking about it at the party. We got to
I know.
organize that Oktoberfest trip.
I know. I keep threatening to go there too. The what brings that, or what brought the Australia or what made me think about the Australia thing is I have buddies that live there, about an hour and a half south of Sydney. In Wollongong is the name of the town. There's a university there, but in January, and of course it's always the same weekend as AVN. They have Australia Day, which is like 4th of July in the U.S.
Oh, nice.
And they say it is ridiculous. So it's summer, keep in mind. So it's like 95 degrees, blasting. Everyone's at the beach. And they say it is ridiculous. And they say American, if for me, a guy who can talk and whatever, I go down there, I will murder it.
Oh, you will. So my personal experience, my anecdotal evidence, I just rolled into bars and girls were just buying me shots.
Yeah.
Like, oi, what's an American doing here? So I was there on the 4th of July, and my line to all
Oh, you were there on the 4th. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So my line to all these girls was, I just wanted to spend Independence Day with other colonials this year.
Did they like that?
But seriously, girls were... And alcohol is fucking prohibitively expensive down there.
Really?
Like, you go to a bar, a mixed cocktail, like a craft cocktail,
Yeah.
19 Australian dollars.
Wow.
And girls were
Which is like 12 in LA.
And at the time, it was like 85 cents Australian to the US dollar.
Okay.
So, like, the dollar was a little stronger down there,
Right.
but not enough to offset fucking $20 drinks.
Right. Wow, that's crazy.
But girls were just buying me drinks.
Left and right.
Left and right. Now,
Shit.
what fucked me up was, I'm in this one bar. It's called Earl's Juke Joint. It's in Newtown.
Why have I heard of that? Is there another one, like in Nashville or something?
Maybe.
Okay.
But this place is in Newtown, Australia, just outside of Sydney.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be like the hipster area.
Right. Wait, like a suburb of Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hop the train.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, this is supposed to be the hip part of town.
Right. Okay.
I didn't want to do... I whenever I travel, I try to avoid touristy shit.
Right, of course.
I fucking try to find, like, where artist districts and shit like that are.
Right.
So I roll into the spot. I'm drinking. Girls are buying me drinks. I'm talking to this really fucking smoking redhead. She's buying me drinks.
They're all hot from what I hear.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's fucking on. It is fucking on. Last call happens. I'm like, so where do we go get breakfast or something like that? Because, trying to separate her from the pack.
Right, of course.
Her fucking cock-blocking friend rolls up to her, like, slams a phone into her chest, like, your boyfriend's been texting me all night. Turn your phone on.
And what'd she say?
She just kind of scurried away. I'm like, womp, womp. Like, motherfucker.
What a bummer. You were in, though.
Oh,
well, she was avoiding him.
Yeah, she turned her phone off to not respond to his text. Like, I was in... Oh.
That's a bummer.
Well, yeah, and especially because it's a goal for me to bang on all 7 continents.
Yeah, that's a good goal. Okay, but here's the thing. Because it's kind of a mission to get there, right?
Right.
So what happens if it doesn't? Then you have to go back.
Well, yeah, I have to go back to Australia because I did not bang on Australia.
Right, exactly.
Like, I totally zigged where I should have zagged a couple times on that trip.
Right.
So, what also happened, night or two beforehand, I roll into a random pub at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
As you should.
As I should. I'm by myself. Of course I'm day drinking.
Right.
Cute blue-haired bartender covered in tattoos.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
I'm like, oh, hey. Order a whiskey, sit down. A lot of pubs in Australia have like off-track horse betting. So I'm just like watching the races, drinking my whiskey. I heard her say to the other bartender, I got a shoot coming up.
Oh,
my ears kind of perk up. I roll over to the bar. I'm like, did you say you shoot? Who do you shoot for? Turns out she's an Australian suicide girl. So
they have suicide girls outside the U.S.
Oh yeah, no, the Australian.
Because I'm not overly familiar with the suicide girls.
The Australian suicide girls are actually probably the hotter ones in a lot of cases.
Really?
No shade at the American suicide girls. Y'all are beautiful too.
Okay. I need to get on the website.
Just Twitter.
Not my style, but I some of them are really hot.
Yeah, definitely. So I start talking her up. I tell her about I'm involved with the industry.
What'd she say to that?
Oh, yeah. She ended up buying me a bunch of drinks. She bought my dinner.
Oh, wow.
I ended up partying with her, the other bartender, the bar back, and one of their friends till last call. We closed the bar. We end up at the bar back's house playing drinking games.
I know you didn't get laid because you already said that.
Yeah. Oh, no. I blacked out drunk.
Okay.
I was drinking for 15 hours.
Right. Okay.
15 fucking hours.
And whiskey. That's a mistake. See, if I know I'm going to be there all day, I have to at least start with beer.
I didn't think I was going to be there all day.
Okay, fair.
It was literally got a whiskey and then realized this is where I parked my car.
Right.
This is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, we're playing drinking games. I broke up. There's GoPro footage of this. I still have it on my hard drive. I cannot bear to watch it to this day. I hear how drunk I am, and it's like nails on a goddamn chalkboard.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, yeah! I'm gonna fuck you! Fuck you in your own house! Just that drunk. Fucking annihilated.
Every time I see or hear a video of myself, I want to quit drinking.
Oh,
and I don't have a problem. Well, I mean, apparently I do if I hate myself when I drink, but it's never good.
No, but I just hear how drunk I am and how much of an ass I'm making of myself.
Right, yeah, me too.
And all I know is, obviously, we were out of bourbon by the time we made it to that house. So I moved from scotch. I drank them out of scotch. And I don't like scotch. Our audience knows I don't like scotch. I'm a bourbon drinker. I'm a rye drinker. American whiskeys.
I love scotches.
Ugh.
Mostly single malts.
But then I moved on to vodka. Because I just needed more booze.
Because that's what was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was drinking vodka and Sprite.
Right.
Because my stomach was so turned at that point. I can't do this straight.
Right.
I know I boot and rallied at one point.
Oh, wow.
But otherwise, I don't really know what happened. I watched a little bit of the GoPro footage. I definitely made out with her at one point with the GoPro on my head. But other than that, I have no fucking idea what happened that night. Except that I woke up with the world's worst bruise. I mean, did that never get posted on my goddamn Instagram? Fuck.
Sometimes when I get that drunk, I feel totally fine in the morning. And then I'm just really tired the rest of the day.
Oh, no, it was bad. I woke up in Dude's house and no clue where I was. I'm like, where am I? I'm in some.
Were they all there?
Yeah, they were all there.
Okay. They were sleeping.
Yeah, but I woke up in some bed and then moved to another bed. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened? I mean, for all I know, her and I did bang.
Right.
I don't think we did. I really don't think we did.
I've, as drunk as I've gotten so many times and as many chicks that I've banged, I have never forgotten. I could be blacked out the whole night. Not the whole night, but most of the night. And I remember hooking up with the chick. Until recently, it happened to me. I don't remember. I remember the initial hookup. We started kissing or whatever. And then I don't remember the sex. First time ever. I'm 37. Got laid first when I was 15. Didn't start drinking until I was 18, though. So.
Well, that's a goddamn shame. You had a lot of catching up to do.
How old were you when you started drinking?
Probably 13 or 14.
Okay.
So, I pulled it up on my fucking... I woke up with this bruise.
Oh, is that your back?
No, that's my chest.
Oh, that's the front. Okay.
Hence why my beard is hanging down.
Right. Okay. And you don't know what happened?
No, I woke up the next morning from that night with that fucking bruise.
Did it hurt?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it hurt.
Look how fucking big that is.
Right.
So, for the audience at home who can't see this, there is a fist-sized bruise on my pec.
Right.
And I text all the Australians like, so did one of you guys punch me last night? I mean, it's cool if you did. I probably deserved it.
You needed it. Yeah, yeah.
If someone punched me this hard, I deserved it. It's cool.
Right.
Everyone's like, no one punched you. No one punched you. We have no idea what happened. What the fuck? It's still a mystery to this day. I possibly fell. I possibly just fell over.
Well, you could watch the footage, right?
I could review the footage. I know at one point there was a bunch of GoPro footage for the GoPro just sitting under a table.
So you took it off for a while, or you blacked out.
Or I collapsed with it on and it fell off my head.
Right. I'd like to watch the footage.
It's sitting on my hard drive. I will happily let you watch it because
Okay.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I want to watch it sometime. That could be good. I should start wearing one around the nights I get really drunk, because I drink, but I don't get drunk that often. I get drunk maybe once every couple months, like blackout drunk. And it's always a shit show. And I don't remember. I've blacked out ever since I can remember. Like, if I drink a lot, I black out. And I always used to say, like my ex-girlfriend, oh, I was blacked out. Like, come on, And it's no real excuse. I'm not making up any excuses, but that's what happens to me. I black out. Some people remember everything, and that just blows my mind.
I'm like 50. Well, I'm like 80-20. The greater majority of the time, I remember what happened. But there's those times where I go really hard, and I don't remember shit. I mean, Japan last year, I remember rolling into the bar. I remember my friends bailing on me because I decided I wanted to try to fuck the bartender.
Okay, I have a couple questions. One, were you in Japan with your regular crew?
Yeah.
Okay. Two, were most of the people in Japan Japanese, like the bartender, for example?
Yeah, no. So I've told this story before, but so we roll into this bar called Science in Shinjuku. It's supposed to be a rock and roll bar. We roll in. Bartender has dyed blonde hair and wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt.
And she's Japanese?
Yeah.
Or he?
She.
Okay.
She, dick.
Okay.
She.
Just making sure.
And I'm like, this is where I want to be. I just start hanging out. Like, at one point, I take my hoodie off and reveal my tattoos, which was a little bit of a social faux pas.
Right, of course. Right, because they don't like the tattoos, right?
Right. They have criminal connotations, like wearing gang colors.
Right. No visible tattoos.
So, but the bartender's like, oh, I got one on my shoulder. I'm like, can I see it? She's like, no, I'm too shy. And I'm drinking, I'm bullshitting with her. My buddies are like, we're going to go somewhere else, man. I'm like, that's cool. I think I'm in. I'm going to stick around. I remember watching some bands that were
At this bar.
And then the next thing I remember is being at a station in a different district, trying to get out of a planter.
With her?
No, just me.
Okay. So you
I called the cab. Actually, I remember parts of the cab right there. I called the cab and couldn't communicate to where our Airbnb was, so I told him to drop me at the major station that was near the Airbnb. I remember waking up in the cab, puking out the window, and then when I got to the station, I sat down in a planter, like a planter,
Right.
with
Right.
flowers, and then passed the fuck out in the planter.
Is this outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay.
And
Was it warm?
it was April. It was like 60s.
Okay.
I mean, I had a hoodie on.
Okay.
I mean, a hoodie covered in puke, but a hoodie.
Nonetheless.
And I'd wake up every once in a while and be like, I know the Airbnb is that way, but I just can't make it. I just can't make
It's
it.
the worst.
Pass back out. Eventually, and there's a hilarious text string between me and my friends of me basically texting gibberish about how I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I eventually sober up enough to call another cab and show him on my phone where I need to go. He drops me off. I realize, holy fuck, I don't have cash on me anymore.
Do they take card?
I don't think I could comprehend that at that point.
Okay.
It was the equivalent of $14. I paid them all in coins.
Wow. Okay.
But in Japan, up to $5 is in coins.
Right.
But I paid him in $14 coins.
Right.
And stumbled upstairs, soaked in the fucking tub in our Airbnb for a while and then passed the fuck out.
Was everyone staying in the same Airbnb?
Yeah.
How many people?
4 of us.
Okay.
And it was tiny.
Okay.
Literally, It was 4 bunk beds in one room.
Oh, wow.
I'll pull up a picture of this motherfucker. It was ridiculous. But it was so cheap, it was so worth it.
And, okay, let me ask you this. Were they all back?
No, they showed up like an hour later while I was...
Oh, so no one was there. Okay, that's good.
While I was still in the tub. Like, they rolled back in.
Okay.
There it is. That's the whole Airbnb.
Wow, that's smaller than a dorm room.
Yeah.
Or like an old school dorm room. Now,
Yeah, we refer to it as summer camp.
Right.
For the audience at home, go back through my Instagram, look for a picture of Carl the Party Lawyer, Oatmeal, and Dead Dave standing in front of 4 bunk beds. That was our whole fucking Airbnb. And, you know, violent crime is almost non-existent in Japan.
Right.
But a common crime that does happen is people will drug you and max your credit cards.
Ah.
So I'm like, I blacked out way too hard. Someone...
to not get taken advantage of.
Right, like someone may have drugged me. I checked my bank account. I'm missing $300. Like, what the fuck happened? I'm freaking out for a minute. Check my wallet. Pulled out $300 the night before.
Oh, nice.
Drunk Matt knew how to get home.
Right.
And the worst part is I freaked out. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pay this cab. I may have to run on him.
Right.
And paid him in the coins that I had in my pocket.
And you had $300.
I had $300 cash on me.
I got drugged one time in Vegas. And
what happened?
Okay, I've been drugged one time. Again, I black out on my own all the time, which is fine. But we went into a strip club. There was a handful of buddies. Our one buddy, he's loaded. So we get down, we sit at this private table, bottle service left and right. And he gives, basically the last thing I remember, he gives this girl that I was into. I keep in mind too, I don't like strip clubs. I never have my whole life.
They're a waste of money.
They are. And for me, I love to gamble. I love to fuck off and whatever. But strip clubs is not the way I do it. So anyway, I remember him giving this girl a $100 bill and saying, take him upstairs. So that was the last thing I remember. And come to find out that that's what they do at strip clubs. They drug you and try to take all your money. And so...
In Vegas?
Well, I think everywhere, but I would think more specifically Vegas, yeah.
Which club? Fucking put them on blast. Fuck them.
It was Sapphire.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I say that because I'm about 95% sure it was them. I just remember my buddy's bill saying something steakhouse because they
yeah.
But anyway, that was the last thing I remember. That was probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. I called my buddies the next day. Okay, so many things happened, and I don't remember. But I remember very little bits and pieces throughout the morning. And one, I remember being at this blackjack table because I love to gamble. I remember being at this blackjack table with all these older dudes that were like 65 plus. And I was probably so annoying because I was so wasted, and it was probably 9 o'clock. Who knows? Probably 7 o'clock in the morning when those guys gamble. And I was at a blackjack table. And of course I was winning. So I was being more of a dick than I would have been if I were losing and obnoxious and whatever. And I remember I had a backpack on and that was it. I was just cruising Vegas, myself, a backpack, wasted on, I got drugged. And I got woke up in a little, those little plastic bus shelters on the sidewalk where the cops woke me up there, like tapping me with the stick, the billy club, being like, "Hey, you got to get up, you got to get out of here." I'm like, "Shit, okay." I'm so confused. I'm so dazed and confused. I remember calling my buddies, and they were like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I have no idea." They said, "Okay, look up. What is around you?" And I said, "Okay, I see this sign and this sign." They're like, "Okay, we know right where you are. Stay right there. We'll be right there to pick you up." So we were actually there for a wrestling tournament, and I remember in the morning was the semifinals of the wrestling tournament, and when they picked me up, I said, they said, "We're going over to the gym." I said, "Okay, sweet. Are we going over for the semifinals?" Which were like at 10 or something in the morning. And they all started laughing, and I'm like, what's so funny? And again, you have to understand how much of a daze I'm in. I have no idea what's going on around me. I'm awake, luckily, and I remember everything from this point forward. And they said, we're going over to the finals, which was at like 6 o'clock in the evening. So I lost not 24 hours, but I lost a lot of hours drugged, roaming Vegas, gambling, just fucking off.
Oh, shit.
They got me. It was great. It was like, saving grace. So we go over to the finals. I feel horrible. My buddy has an Elvis costume, so I dress up as Elvis. Still like messed up / feeling horrible. And then after the finals, we all go eat. I never forget. We walked in the restaurant, and they were walking us to our table. I turned around. I walked right back out the front door, and I puked. I can count on one hand how many times I've puked from partying in my life. I walked right back out the front door, and I puked in the bush. And I came back in, and I felt much better, but I still wasn't okay. So I drank so much water. And that night, that was a Saturday night, all my friends were leaving Sunday, and for some reason, I was leaving Monday. I can't remember why. And so they're all, go to bed Saturday night. They're all getting up Sunday, getting ready to go to the airport and leave. And I felt horrible. And I don't know if you've ever been drugged, but what it does is it super dehydrates you.
I mean, the only time I've been drugged is when I've done it to myself.
Right. No, this was not self-induced.
So you think you're roofied, or?
Yeah. Totally roofied. And so my joints hurt. Everything hurts so bad. Ugh. And I was so tired, I was exhausted. And every time you yawn, my shoulders would hurt so bad. I'll never forget it. So I was like afraid to yawn. I was so tired and I couldn't sleep. So I had to keep yawning. It was like the biggest like Chinese finger trap in the world. So I kept yawning. My shoulders were in excruciating pain. And so anyway, I finally get to sleep, go to bed. I wake up. It's Sunday. I'm still there. Or no. That was Saturday night. We wake up Sunday, and my buddies all leave. I'm there just hanging out. And I remember I lost quite a bit of money on the week, probably a couple grand at the time. I was just out of college.
Oh, so you're like 22, 23?
Yeah, I didn't have any money, and lost a couple grand, probably had $100 left in my account.
Was this the first time to Vegas, or?
No. I've been to Vegas. Now I've been to Vegas probably close to 100 times, but it was
back then.
No, back then it was probably it was under 10, but probably about 5, maybe a little more. But it was the first time, I say that, it was the first time, it was the first or second time I could actually do something. Because before I was there for sport. I was an athlete.
Well, if you're under 21, I don't really count that going to Vegas.
Well, right, exactly. And so I went huge, needless to say. And so Sunday rolls around, and I'm broke, and I'm sitting around, and I think to myself, I have no money. I have to at least, there's only one way to get your money back in Vegas. You try to go win it back, right?
Or you could sell your asshole.
Right, and I wasn't going to do that. Probably should have at that point because everything hurt so bad. But so I go down to the casino, and I'll never forget this story as long as I live. I go down to the casino. It's like midday. It's probably like 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah, midday. And I'm playing. I have like $50 to my name, literally. And I'm playing blackjack at O'Shea's.
Oh, I remember O'Shea's.
Which I loved. I love that. I love that whole little area right there.
Like the kind of sketchy center strip.
Yeah, totally. It's great. Like there was O'Shea's, and there's Flamingo right beside there.
Imperial Palace.
I loved
the
Imperial
IP's
Palace.
gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Hell, O'Shea's is part of the Cromwell now.
Right. So I'm playing blackjack, and then you can play the little side bet, the lucky ladies.
Yep.
So I either play the lucky ladies or I don't, and I don't get hung up on it. And I was playing it. I was like, fuck it. No, I take it back. I played the blackjack for a while, and I wasn't playing it just because I only had 50. I think I started with $50, and
that's like fucking 5 hands.
No, I know. So, but I started winning a little, and so I was up maybe 100, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to start playing the lucky ladies. Started playing the lucky ladies, and I hit the lucky ladies for 1,200. I'll never forget it. I was so pumped. So I'm back. Like, next thing you know, I'm back. I still feel fucking horrible, but I'm back. And so I put for the most part, put the money in my pocket. I take like a couple $100, keep playing, and maybe made another 100 or lost 100. And I put it in my pocket. I got up, I walked out, and it was a win for the weekend, even though I felt like shit. So I went back, go to bed, and I fly out Monday morning. That was that Vegas trip. But I got drugged. That was kind of the moral of the story, and it was horrible.
Doesn't sound like you lost out too bad from it, though.
No, at the end of the day, it was a win, right?
Right.
Because I got drugged. I learned what that was all about.
You got a good story out of it.
I got a good story out of it, and I got my money back.
And life was good.
Yeah. I got really wasted.
Well, that's what you do in Vegas, especially
Right.
like when you're there, like the first handful of times, like
Right.
Vegas.
Yeah.
No, they great marketing. Great marketing out of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I went to Vegas, holy shit. So I rolled with two buddies of mine.
Well, how old were you?
This was 2004. So
You were of age.
I was 23.
Yeah, okay.
I went with two buddies from work, and I booked our hotels. So we got in like middle of the night on Sunday night. I booked a hotel on like Monday.
Right.
Like most anywhere else you go in the world, they let you into the room when you show up in the middle of the night.
Right.
Little did I know, Vegas ain't like that. So we had all worked that Sunday.
Oh, jeez.
Got a little bit of sleep on the flight.
And you're coming from...
Chicago.
Okay.
We land. We get to the fucking hotel. We try to check in. They're like, oh, check-in is until 9 a.m. It's midnight at this point.
Oh, wow.
We've all been up since, ass early on Sunday morning
Right.
in Chicago.
Right.
It was a turbulent fucking flight. Got a little bit of sleep. Just a
Okay.
little. We leave our bags with the bellhop.
Say fuck it.
Fuck it. And we go hit it fucking hard. We hit it hard all fucking night. Just like walk up and down the strip, just open alcohol. Like for two of us, this is our first Vegas trip. So we're just like, Vegas!
Of course.
So pumped. 23, 24.
Right.
Like, fucking, who needs sleep? It's on.
Right.
9 a.m. comes around. We roll back to the hotel. We're like, oh, we'd like to check in now. Like,
Your room's not ready.
they're like, oh, you're checked in. The rooms are available at 11. Like, what? What? Are you fucking... What? The three of us went to the penny slots and took turns sleeping at the penny slots. The third guy who stood awake flagged down the waitress to get us coffees.
Oh, wow.
We eventually make it into the room.
That sucks. I'm so glad I don't have to do stuff like that anymore. Not saying I don't, but I don't have to anymore.
Well, our stupid asses should have been like, is there a room available tonight? Like,
Right, but who knows? Maybe you couldn't afford it at the time or something,
no, we all definitely had money.
Okay.
I honestly don't, none of us thought. Like, in hindsight, knowing how Vegas works,
There was a room.
we were at Excalibur. There was definitely a room.
Right. 700 rooms. Yeah.
Right. None of us thought to ask, how much for a room tonight then? Not
Right.
one of us.
Now, wait, though. Would you have... Because first time, you can't say, oh, we would have just gone upstairs and gone to bed.
I don't know. We lost Monday. Like, literally, the three of us...
Yeah, but that happened. That's what happens. I mean, it's never planned like that.
No, not at all. The three of us made it up to the room, like, collapsed in our beds. The bellhop brought the bag up. It was like an argument to see who would actually answer the door for the bellhop. All I know is it wasn't me. We lost Monday. Monday was just gone. Like, we woke up on Tuesday.
Yeah, it happens, man.
And the rest of the trip was all right. The other, like, goofy highlight of the trip is one of the nights I got pissed drunk early and decided to call it early. Just like, I'm trashed.
That's hard for me to do there because you're afraid you'll miss something.
I know. Horrible FOMO. My asshole friends picked up a hooker in the bar and brought her into the room, like, without them. They just opened the door and let her in, like, go take care of her.
Ah.
I woke up to some random girl in my room Hey, your friend said you're looking for a good time. I fucking freaked out. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my... What the fuck? Get the fuck out of my room. Fucking assholes. The worst part, at the time I didn't care, but in hindsight, those assholes didn't even take care of her for her time.
Ah. Well, wouldn't she collect the payment before she would go in the room?
She apparently didn't.
She's a bad hooker.
She is a bad hooker.
Yeah, that's hooker 101.
Well, you're a bad hooker if you go up to some random room and then get let into a room with the people who picked you up don't go in with you.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
That should strike you as a little shady.
Right. That's valid.
I mean, it was a girl that they didn't call. They picked her up at the bar at Excalibur.
Right, of course.
Come on, Donnie, don't fall asleep on the audience.
No, you know what happened? Speaking of, well, okay, she is not a hooker. I don't know if she's a hooker, but I don't think she is, and I don't think she would lie to me. But I was at, I was at a club. I don't know why, because I don't go to clubs, but I think it was in MGM, and I have a friend that lives there, and I said, hey, come over, meet me over here. I hadn't seen her in a while. She came over. I walked outside the club. She walked up to me. We walked over to like a slot machine, just kind of sat down, started BSing, and civilian dressed security or police or whatever they are came over to her and said, hey, you're not allowed in here. We've seen you basically soliciting in here before. Your face or whatever is on record. And she kind of got pissed because she's like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I said, because I'm fairly good friends with her, I was like, hey, like, have you hooked in? Actually, I think she may hook. And
it happens.
Yeah.
It fucking happens.
And I said, have you done it in here? She's like, I swear to you, I've never been in here. I've never done it.
It doesn't mean that she wasn't hooking on one of the other casinos' properties, because it's like, if you're,
right.
MGM.
Well, yeah.
So MGM is also New York, Excalibur,
right.
Mandalay, Luxor.
Yeah.
Those are all MGM properties.
Right.
So it's like, I hook at Luxor.
Right.
They're obviously sharing information.
Yeah. Yeah, and they booted her. I was kind of bummed. And I kind of felt bad for her. And the guy, like, I said to the guy, I went up to him, I vouched for her because I was like, hey, man, listen, she's literally my friend. That's what she thought. I was trying to buy her. That's what they thought. I was like, she's legitimately my friend. I called her, told her to come meet me.
That sounds like something that John would say.
Well, yeah, but I have a pretty, I have a pretty forgiving face. And
you're like, dude, check my wallet. I ain't got hooker money.
Right, exactly. And I was like, yeah, man, she's totally valid. And he's like, what's her name? I knew her name. Told him, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." I think he believed me, but they had already.
Already like get the fuck out.
Yeah, they had already thrown her out at that point, so they couldn't go back on their word. So yeah, that was a bummer.
So what'd you end up doing?
I went back in the club. I had friends in there.
You're like, bye, bitch.
Well, yeah, I was like, hey, sorry, whatever. But I mean, if she got kicked out of there, she was probably going to get kicked out of everywhere else too.
Fair enough.
And so I had friends in the club, and so I was like, all right, I got to go back in there. So, no big deal. I had already hooked up with her and hung out with her before.
You're like, I'd sampled the goods. Fuck it.
Right. Yeah. Not there, not that night, but in the past.
In the past.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth the hassle to fucking...
No, well, I mean, I definitely wanted to hook up with her again, but it wasn't, no. Like, she lived far enough away, and I think who knows? It would have been a mission, and I've done dumb things to get laid, but not for a long time.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever done to get laid?
Well, honestly, it sounds lame, but it's probably the most dumb. Is drinking and driving, man. Drinking and driving. Is
but
dumb.
that's not a specific incident. I'm like, what's a specific incident where you were really fucking stupid to try to get laid?
I don't know. Let me think about that, though, because that's a good question.
I mean, I have one. I definitely have one.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, senior year of high school, like the summer before senior year,
Okay.
I was kind of fucking around with a girl who had just, year older. She had just gone down to college.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have a car. She had just like first week of college for her. I hopped a fucking train down to...
This is in Chicago area. Yeah.
Well, she went to University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana.
Okay.
Which is 150 miles south of Chicago.
Yeah, yeah.
I hopped a fucking Amtrak down there. And, in my mind, I'm staying with her. We end up, we're fucking around.
Yeah.
We're, it's like we're having a good time. We're fucking around. We go back to her dorm. Her roommate's like, he can't stay here.
College was always so weird with shit like that.
But I'm 18 and I'm broke.
Right.
Like, if that shit happened to me now, I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to go get a room somewhere.
Right.
I'm 18, I'm broke. Hell, I didn't actually pay for that Amtrak ticket. One of my buddies who was also dating a girl down there had never been on a train in his life and offered to pay for my ticket as long as I took the train with him.
Nice.
So I have no fucking money. None.
Were you working or what were you doing? Or just
I was working at that point.
Oh, you weren't even in high school, or you hadn't even graduated high school yet.
Yeah, I was working at that point, but
you hadn't graduated high school.
Right.
So you didn't have any money.
I didn't have a good job.
Yeah,
I had a job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a car. So she ends up hiding me in her closet. I sleep in a dorm room closet.
Oh, that's such a good story already.
Sitting upright.
I love it.
And for the audience at home who doesn't know, I snore like a motherfucker. I don't understand how these girls did not hear
Well, maybe
me.
not upright in a dorm room closet.
Apparently, I don't know. I was asleep.
Right.
But
Well, that was. I'm impressed that you slept. I can sleep anywhere.
I can sleep anywhere, but I didn't sleep well. And then I don't have a watch or anything. So when I wake up, I hear them shuffling around. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, motherfucker. If they don't let me out of this closet soon, I'm just going to walk out of it.
Right.
Like, what's up?
Right.
Eventually, Jenny, the girl, I was there to see, opens the door. I was like, my roommate's going to class in a minute. You can come sleep in my bed. Like, fuck yeah, finally. So we fuck around for a little bit.
And wait, how many more days were you supposed to be there?
Another 2, the whole weekend.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like you were going to leave that day.
No. Thankfully, my cousin lived on campus, but I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. So you had a bailout.
I did have a bailout, but this is, 1998.
Right.
No one had cell phones.
Right.
We fuck around in her bed a little bit. She goes to class. I end up sleeping in her bed. So you got to remember at this point, I had hair down to the middle of my back.
On your head hair?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a long-haired metalhead dude at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm sleeping in the bed. I'm having a super vivid dream. The super vivid dream that I have to get down from Chicago down to the dorm to fuck this girl.
Okay.
Her roommate comes in and disturbs me. I sit upright. And
wait, where was Jenny?
she had gone to class.
Oh, okay.
She had gone to class.
So her roommate went to class. She got you out. You went to bed. She went to class, and now you're there by yourself.
And I'm having this vivid dream I got to get down there. I got to fuck this girl. Her roommate rolls in and disturbs me. I sit upright and just look around the dorm and her roommate never actually met me.
I was going to say, did she know who you were?
No, she had no clue who I was.
Okay.
She literally, just the night before was no dude staying here.
Right.
I look around the dorm room, just baffled. Absolutely baffled on where I am. And I'm like, ugh, where the fuck am I? And her roommate's a wannabe sorority girl, blonde.
Right. So she calls the cops.
Well, and this is, the first week of college for them.
Oh, okay. So they were brand new.
Brand new. She's just kind of very nervous, where's Jenny? I'm like, class. I went back to sleep.
And what'd she do?
I don't know. I went back to sleep. But apparently I didn't get arrested.
That's good.
I was also a little scandalous in my youth. Later that day, Jenny's boyfriend actually showed up. So
Did you meet him too?
I knew that dude.
Oh.
I knew him beforehand.
Oh, okay.
He actually was like, oh, dude, thanks for taking care of my girlfriend.
Right. You didn't know you were really taking care of her.
He had no clue. She was supposed to leave him for me. Didn't happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That was some stupid shit to try to get laid.
Yeah. And I know everyone has the stories, obviously, but I think for me, I drove drunk a lot, which was stupid. But nothing stands out. I'll have to think about this though, because it's a good question. I'm sure because I've hooked up with so many chicks, there has to be a.
No, you have to have done something remarkably dumb.
I get really drunk. I used to get really drunk a lot, and I've hooked up with a lot of chicks, so I have to have a story somewhere in there.
You have to. Come on.
I'm gonna have to think.
The audience has to know, like, when did Donnie Rock do something really stupid in the name of pussy? Because every man's done it.
Right. I'm gonna have to think on it. Nothing, but here's what I say all the time. I have a million good stories, but I'm a bad storyteller. And I'm good at a lot of things. Storytelling is not one of them. My friends tell my stories like champions. I cannot do my stories any justice. And I have a lot of them.
That's super great for a podcast, sir.
Right. No, I mean, these aren't stories. This is just me talking. But when I have to reminisce and tell a story, I'm horrible at it.
It's a goddamn shame.
I know, because I have a lot. But here's the other thing. I've blacked out so much, I've forgotten so many. So they remember them because I can't, obviously.
I mean, I know a million people have talked about this a million times. I am super glad we did not come up in the age of smartphones.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, I'd like to see some of it, maybe, but I also don't want to see any of it.
I would probably be in jail right now if there was fucking evidence.
Right, yeah. I would totally be in jail, for sure. Or would have been at the time, more times than I was.
You're like, I would have been paroled by now. It would have been good.
Right. Or I have been arrested, but I would have been several more times, probably. So.
Yeah. Kids these days, they're fucked.
Well, not to mention, they film everything.
Yeah, they film everything.
I'm bad at it. Like, if I see something going on, I don't grab my phone. Depends
on what's going on.
Yeah.
It's situational.
Yeah, you're probably ready for that, though.
A little bit. It depends on the situation. If it's going to cause me great bodily harm, I'm ready to fucking run.
Well, exactly, yeah. You have a brain in your head. These kids will stand there and video for the video. They do it for the video.
Yeah. YouTube thumbs up are not worth dying over.
Right, exactly.
I don't care how many likes your Instagram story gets. If you're dead, it doesn't matter.
That's right. You get no sponsorships.
Right? No one's going to pay you to teeth whiten if you're dead.
Or flat tummy tea.
Right? No, you'll have the flattest tummy. Rigor mortis does that shit.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of, since you can't think of it, I'm trying to think of other times I've done dumb shit for pussy. Because I've definitely done dumb shit for pussy.
Well, it's even worse when you go and you don't get laid.
Oh, yeah. That is the moral of the story with Jenny. I got my dick sucked. I did not get laid.
Yeah, that's a bummer. How long was the train ride?
4 hours.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was a really pleasurable train ride.
I'm sure.
There's an observation train. We were chilling in the observation car.
But you weren't even 21, so you couldn't even drink on the train or anything like
right.
that. I mean, you could drink on the college at college because it's college, but
right. But yeah, there was not much drinking to be had that weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't.
And not saying you need to drink to have fun, but in college
it helps.
Or at that age, yeah.
And the fucked up part about it is I remember the whole story. I don't remember how I got back to Chicago. I no clue.
Did you guys take the train?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Oh.
I think I may have actually gotten a ride back up with her boyfriend.
Wait, so he was down visiting her too?
Yeah.
But he drove?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no, I was a scumbag as a kid.
Wait, and did he just pop in on her?
Yeah.
And so that's how you didn't know that he was coming?
Yeah.
Or, well, did she know either?
I don't think she did.
Because no one had cell phones.
Right. He was just trying to be a good boyfriend and, her first week of college, be, supportive and shit.
I had my first year, I actually didn't live in the dorm, luckily. I lived in an apartment with two friends, got a lot of chicks in there because there were three of us. And then after that, my last 4 years, I lived in an apartment by myself. I lived above this older retired English professor, this woman who I still know and talk to every once in a while. I lived above her garage.
Did you bang an old English professor?
No, I didn't bang her. She probably would have because she loves me. But no, I did not. But I lived...
You could have negotiated lower rent, man. What the fuck?
Listen, I'll tell you this. The rent was... Guess how much the rent... Okay, so it was a one-bedroom. It was above her garage, the whole top of the garage. She had a two-car garage, one-bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen. Guess how much I paid in rent, everyone?
$175.
$215. You were close.
I was pretty
That was
close.
a good guess.
By Price is Right rules, I got that shit.
Right. $215 plus utilities, which I had a phone, obviously a landline at the time, and maybe water or something, which was like $15 a month or every 2 months. But anyway, when I had that place, I lived by myself for 4 years. I had so many chicks in there because it was so easy. I'm pretty private about I'm pretty quiet about my private life, and it was just easy, right? I had like older neighbors, so it wasn't like I lived in a row complex where there was all students, there were really no students by me. I could sneak girls up there, sneak girls out of there. It was great. I loved that place. It was a lair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Killed it. I had a girlfriend for a year, but I didn't really cheat on her.
Didn't really?
Well, I don't think I did offhand. I'd have to think back on
You're
it.
like, I might have. We might have been on a break.
Right. But other than that, I was taking chicks home left and right. It was great.
It's fucking awesome.
It was.
Donnie, what's your degree in?
I have a geology degree.
Really? Donnie Rock has a geology degree.
And
that's fucking ridiculous.
I didn't even... it's so funny because I'm very clever, but I didn't even put two and two together until someone recently, like within the last, I think 6 months, said that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it.
That is goddamn ridiculous.
Yeah, isn't that funny? And I've never used it, never one day, but I have it.
Why geology? Why?
Well, I was initially biology, and I was like, I don't want to do this, and so I changed to geology, which was fairly similar.
Really, living things in rocks?
Yeah, sciences, But I liked it, and at the end of the day, I thought I was going to work in that field, and then I just never did. But I got the degree, and I got the piece of paper.
Geology. I don't think I've ever met a geology major in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Donnie Rock.
Donnie Rock.
Isn't that funny, though?
It's ridiculous.
Again, I didn't think about it at the time, but it makes perfect sense now.
It does.
And that wasn't even how I picked the name. But,
I know. We talked about this last time.
Yeah. But, yeah, it works out.
Fucking.
Isn't that great?
It's great. So, post-porn, you ever think you're going to fall back on the old rocks?
I guess I probably could. My degree is outdated, to say the least, at this point. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's more about who you know anyway, right?
Definitely, but how many geologists do you know?
Well, I do know a handful. This one guy, when I lived in Colorado, there's this older couple. They were, in their 60s, probably late 60s. They liked me so much. He was a geologist. And for years, I would see them every year when they would come on vacation. And he tried to get me a job so bad, like the last probably 3 years that I saw them. He tried every year to get me a job. He even he had people call me. And my degree was at the time, my degree was, 8 years old, 9 years old at the time. And he was...
Yeah, but that's like no time in, the time of geology. That's nothing.
Well, right. Because this stuff's old as rocks. Right. But yeah, he wanted me to be a geologist so bad. He had people calling me. And I just was like, I think I went on one interview or two interviews in Denver. And I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do this. And yeah, never pulled the trigger on it, but I could have. And so I'm sure he's probably retired at this point. Or maybe not. because he tried to retire for years and years, and then they just kept throwing more money at him, so he just kept staying. But I'm sure I could call him tomorrow and get a job in geology like that, because that guy loved me.
Well, shit, you got something to fall back on.
Yeah, it's there, I guess, if I want it. I probably won't. I would probably just start another business of some sort.
What would you start doing, though?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I've always...
I mean, besides pizza catering.
Which could be lucrative around here.
Definitely. Nadir's pizzas are fucking ridiculous.
Right. And a lot of things are catered, and people have money.
People have money in L.A.? No.
Well,
no.
not most, but the ones that have it have a lot of it.
Yeah, I know. The disparity between rich and poor here is pretty significant.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to... it's just like my last, business. I'd have to just think about it at the time, and whatever happened.
Yeah, but you're male talent. You can keep fucking for a while.
Right, I have several years ahead of me.
Yeah, fucking Evan Stone's been doing it for like 20, 30 years.
Right, there's guys in their late 50s.
Hell, Ron Jeremy's in his 70s?
Well, no, he's 63, I think. I mean...
Mileage-wise, he's in his 70s.
Yeah, or 90s. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But, yeah, there's actual legit performers that are in their late 50s. So, yeah, Ronnie's just kind of an icon, he just has to show up.
Inappropriately grab people, allegedly.
Right.
I'll throw that allegedly out there because I'm not looking to get sued.
Right, exactly. And we don't know. We weren't there.
Nope. He's never tried to grab me.
Right.
Ever tried to grab you?
No.
Man, what the fuck, Ron? We're attractive men. You never try to grab us?
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with us, man?
Exactly.
It's just not... Well, I mean, it's not cool either way. But.
He got banned from Exotica.
Yep.
And I just saw the other day, XBiz took an award away from him from 2009, which is ridiculous.
Almost a 10-year-old reward. It's kind of fucked up.
It's the same as the Penn State situation, which is bullshit in my mind. They took the wins away from years past, prior years. They took the wins away.
Well, that's even more fucked up because it's not like he was on the field playing.
Well, right. I mean...
That's taking away accomplishments from a whole fucking team.
Right. That didn't do anything.
Right. Taking away Ron's award is much more justifiable than taking away wins.
It's Ron. Right, exactly.
Because Ron is the perpetrator.
Right.
You're punishing the person involved. Taking wins away from, 20-something guys that had nothing to do with the situation.
Right.
Hell, may have been victims.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Don't even get me started. Because someone will get pissed.
Well, shit, we're living in an age where you don't have to be convicted by a jury of your peers either, which is fucked up. It's like, you get convicted by the fucking mob mentality.
I was on the phone with a friend. She's an attorney this morning, and I was telling her, just a friend, and not someone I was calling for advice, but I was telling her it's bullshit that the media is deciding what happens to everyone. Who was it? Kevin Spacey. They canceled his show. That's
a misdemeanor. Or not misdemeanor, but a misnomer. House of Cards was already slated to be canceled. They just tacked that on to
sound good.
Yeah, to sound good for Netflix.
Yeah.
It was already slated to be canceled.
Okay, fair enough. But to kick these people out of organizations and this and that, I don't agree with it. No one has been proven guilty of any crimes.
I'm of two minds of it. Like, with the Weinstein situation, with that many accusers...
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't do it, and I'm not saying it's okay, because it's not okay. But did he do it? We don't know yet. That's my point.
I agree. This is America. You are innocent until proven guilty.
Allegedly.
No. It's in the goddamn Constitution.
Well,
you are innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
You may be guilty in the eyes of society, which is fucked. It's a fucked up situation. I don't know what the statute of limitations are on those crimes.
Right.
Does it end up being he said, she said? Because in a criminal prosecution, it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
Civilly, I'm sure they could fucking get him.
Probably, but then again, they're so far removed. I mean, some of them were 20 some years ago or whatever. So are you any different? How are you going to prove that you were different or you would have done this, you would have done that? Like, you can't.
Well, and it's a fucked up situation because, like, women that do come forward, there are many municipalities in this country where, like, rape kits go unprocessed.
Right.
It's like they're trying to do the right thing. They go get the rape kit done. They want to press charges. Shit goes unprocessed. Shit goes bad. And the fucking rapist walks. I honestly don't know what the proper answer is. Procedurally, you should be innocent until you're proven guilty. But on the flip side, in the real world, shit's fucked up. And guilty parties may not ever get proved guilty. I don't know. I don't know what to fucking do.
And here's the one I have a big problem with too. The ones that claim, not saying it doesn't happen, and I'm not attacking anyone, but the ones who do claim rape and they were never really raped.
Well,
they need to be held accountable.
They do, but how do you prove?
You don't. I mean, or you do somehow, I guess, but I don't have an answer. I just mean someone needs to be held accountable for everyone's time. And
no, it's super fucked up. And I've said this multiple times. It's worse in America to be a sex offender than a murderer. Because if you're on a sex offender registry, you got in a lot of municipalities, it's on your driver's license. You have to notify your neighbors you're a sex offender.
Right. Is it on your license?
In some places, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And the problem is, especially with the places that put it on your license, it doesn't differentiate between you having consensual sex with your girlfriend who's a year younger than you when you're 18 and she's 17,
right,
versus you being a pedophile and victimizing a child. It just says you're a sex offender.
Right.
On top of that, say I murder someone. I do my time, I get out. I don't have to notify my neighbors I killed someone.
That's true. That's valid. That's touche.
It's super fucked up.
Yeah, I never thought about it until you just said it.
Yeah. I don't have to. Hell, I could have committed a string of armed robberies. Don't have to tell my neighbors shit.
Yeah. Okay, so why do you have to tell your neighbors if you're a sex offender? I mean, other than the fact they tell you have to.
Them's the laws. Because they feel that sex offenders are going to, they feel that sex offenders are going to reoffend. That they have no control over their impulses. But murderers and armed robbers do.
Okay, and I'm not going to argue this any direction, but what I may suggest is, do you think sex offenders may be born sex offenders?
Oh, yeah.
Or pedophile?
I feel some of it's nature, some of it's nurture. I believe, I'd have to research just to go prove my point, but I believe there's a link between people that are sexually abused becoming abusers when they're old.
I can get on board with that.
I'm sure I've read articles.
Well, I've heard a statistic that I don't know the exact statistics, so I don't know why I said that, but if you are inappropriately touched up until a certain age, I can't remember what it is, maybe 13 or so. Let's say it happens at 8. There's a part of your brain that stops evolving past 8 years old.
It's entirely possible.
So that part of your brain is going to be 8 even when you're 80.
That's entirely
That's what I've heard. I don't know. I didn't read it. My friend was telling me.
I mean, you're the scientist.
True.
Oh, wait, you're a rock scientist. Shit.
Right. These things don't have brains.
God damn it.
But I agree. And here's the thing. You can kind of relate this to porn because this is what is huge right now, aside from the MILF thing. Everyone wants to bang the girl that looks 16.
I feel like that's just how dudes have always been, though. Barely legal has been a thing forever.
Maybe. Okay, but so have sex offenders or
True.
pedophiles.
True.
But here's my thing. You know, whether it's a male or female saying, I'll make that scene or I won't do that scene, I will do them. I have no problem with them because it's acting. And yeah, everyone's over 18. But my point is, I'm glad if we can make it and the pedophiles can watch it and not act on their temptations, then great. We've alleviated a lot of people.
You've done a service to mankind.
Right, exactly. And so I'm down. I can get down with that.
Well, and what's also super fucked up is we don't have a universal age of consent in the States.
Right.
There are some municipalities or some states in the South where the age of consent is as low as like 14.
With what age on the other end?
18 in most places.
Okay, right.
But I know I went through some major life differences between 14 and 18.
Oh, 100%. You know, I at one point, I don't think I was 18. I think I was 17. But I hooked up with a girl who was 14. And she was so hot. I remember at the time. I don't know if I would say that today, but at the time she was so hot. And she was fun. She was fun to hook up with. And when it happened, I think I hooked up with her a couple times. I felt a little weird. Only because there's a number, right? It's like DUI. It's 0.01 or 0.08 for a reason. Like you have to draw a line somewhere.
Fair enough. You want to know what's super fucked up? The Cash Me Outside girl is fucking 14.
Right. Yeah.
Who the fuck? Like, I would bet a lot of money she's had a lot of dick run in her.
I'm sure. Well, I tweeted when that all came out, when does she turn 18? Asking for a friend.
But what's fucked up is like, as a 14-year-old, she has some pretty big tits.
Yeah, she's cute.
In a trashy kind of way. Sure.
Yeah, totally.
But it's still like, you're 14?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Ugh.
The girl that I worked with today, she's 19, and her boyfriend, I think she told me, was 48.
Living the dream, sir. Living the dream.
Him or her?
Him, obviously. No girl is dreaming like, right after I graduate high school, I want to date a 48-year-old.
Maybe she is, though. I mean, she's from South Carolina.
He's just trying to buy her a new life. I don't know these people. I'm just making blanket fucking judgment.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's what everyone else does.
Human nature, sir.
There you go. I don't know. Yeah. But they're young and the dudes are attracted to them. Not my thing. I like I said earlier, I like the tiny little spinners, but I don't like young girls.
What's the biggest age gap you've ever done?
I love MILFs. I'm 37. I think I was 36 at the time. I worked with a 68-year-old. Didn't look 68, obviously, but so that would be, what's that?
30 years?
Yeah, 30 years. When
32,
when I was 20, I think I was 21, I hooked up with a 54-year-old. So 33. But she was hot. She was smoking hot.
What about the other direction?
18. I mean, being over 18. What that girl, that's the one. That was the one that I always kind of think about. And I don't know. I don't really feel bad, but I feel weird.
What about, like, youngins in your personal life? What's the youngest you ever?
Oh, well, I mean, I've hooked up with porn chicks offset, so they're 18, 19. But no, for me, it's like 30. Like I said, I'm 37. So for the most part, 28 tops. But other than the porn chicks,
Yeah. That's just a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
For me, when I was 29, I got into actually a fairly serious relationship with an 18-year-old.
I never could. I couldn't.
Oh, no. It was stupid. To this day, it was stupid.
See, I like MILFs, too.
Well, it started off as just banging, and then somehow this girl weaseled her way into, like, me having feelings.
Right.
Like, oh my God, you're treating me really, really well. What the fuck? Yeah, bad scene. Bad fucking
How
scene.
long? Too long.
Longest relationship I've ever held down.
Wow.
That might say more about me than anything else.
I was going to say, wow. Okay. No, and even when I was like in college, the 37 to like 50, that was like my wheelhouse. They love me. They still do. But now I'm getting to be their age.
I mean, take it as a compliment. My mom thought you were cute, so.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah, don't pay my mom.
Where did I see her?
No, she saw you like when the last time you did the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The pictures. She enjoyed your episode. She saw the picture. You're like, oh, Donnie's cute.
Oh, perfect. That's what I want to hear, and I hear that a lot. I'm not bragging, but I'm kind of the boy next door.
Yeah, I mean, my mom might hurt you. She used to be a doll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Like professionally?
for funds.
Nice. I am not a sub at all, so I wouldn't be into that.
She's in her 70s now. That might be a little.
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah, just don't pay my mom. That'd be a little
Just in general, I'm not a sub. I actually had to shoot a scene recently, and the girl had to run the scene, and I did not do well with that. Actually the woman that shoots us in Acton. That's where we were, and I shoot for her all the time. And I said at the end of the scene, I said, "Well, I learned something about myself." And she said, "What? You're not submissive?" I said, "You could tell, couldn't you?" She said, "Yeah, totally."
I'm not either. I've actually pulled the plug on like hooking up when like I had a girl try to choke me. Like, we're going at it, and she tried to choke me, and I literally just like, you know what? I'm out.
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
When they like bite me or like squeeze my nipples or something, I'm irate.
A little bit of biting's okay.
I had a girl spit in my mouth one time off camera, and I didn't, but I wanted to punch her.
Well, it's good that you had some self-control.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't, but I was irate. That kind of goes back to the neatness, cleanness thing.
Hey, she's got a clean test. She's fine.
She did, and I didn't tell her not to, so I guess, or prior. But
in this day and age, that's not consent.
Right. But I don't really go over my do's and don'ts on off-camera hookups.
But you should.
I guess, but maybe just cross that bridge when we get there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. But I tell all the girls before every scene what I like, what I don't like. Mostly what I don't like. And I want to know what I want to know what they don't like, but I also want to know what they like because I want to do that. Because I want a good scene.
Definitely.
So, But, yeah.
How long have you liked the older bronze? Just forever?
Yeah. And I can't say that Yeah, for a long time. I think more than anything, it was because they like love me, so that's just easy. And not to mention, I'm kind of an old soul and always have been, so they're easier to talk to. I'm easily annoyed by 18 to 24s, except for when I was in college, that's different. But I knew when I got into porn, I may have said this last time, but when I got into porn, I wasn't like a habitual porn watcher, but I watched it here and there, and I knew two girls. I didn't know them in person, but I knew who they were from watching them, and one of them was India Summer, and she's awesome. And then so I knew her, so then I get booked with her, and I'm like, holy shit, like there's no way. In my head, this is like fuck a fan. And so we shot the scene. Turns out she's cool as could be. We're actually pretty good friends now. We text back and forth all the time, and we're a lot alike. Like she's like a hippie, kind of like I am, so we get along really well. But anyway, when I worked with her, I was in the whole time. I was just in awe. It was like fuck a fan, and so that was really cool. That was fun.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Who's been your like biggest crush that you've hooked up with off camera?
Ooh. I don't know. I'd have to say, I don't know, but then I give myself up to who I've hooked up with off camera.
Well, maybe I was just trying to do some investigative journalism.
Oh, you're good at that. I don't know. They're fun, I guess. For me, they're fun off camera, but I don't really stick around too long.
Well, I'm not asking to stick around. I'm just asking, who you were like, oh my God, she's hot. And then like it happened off camera. Because that's much more real than what happens on camera.
Okay, so I will tell you the one. Because she was, and not for any other reason than I think it was just she's very innocent, and I hooked up with her off camera. That was like the thrill. It wasn't like, I had anal with her or whatever. It was just the fact that I was able to hook up with her off camera. But it was Alexa.
Alexa
Grace.
Okay.
The pizza party.
Oh,
the
okay.
birthday party.
Oh, okay. Did you hook up with her that night?
No. This was like a year or two ago.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I didn't see you sneak away, but good on you, sir.
No. This was a while ago, but yeah, she's fun. She's cool.
Yeah. Sounds like she seemed like a fun chick. I had just met her that night.
Yeah, she's cool. Very like innocent though. That's again, that's what makes it so hot to me. It's like it was one time, one hit wonder. And yeah, that's it. That's cool. That was a good one.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah. I like the off-camera hookups just for getting laid.
Well, yeah, who doesn't like to get laid?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's some crazy people out there who, wired fucked up and they're like,
asexual.
No, sex is ew.
They're asexual.
Though, on the flip side, do you wonder how much you could get accomplished if you were asexual?
I was just talking about this with someone. Oh, they were talking about, it actually wasn't really that conversation. It was the conversation of, or maybe it was, or maybe we were talking about like a quadriplegic or someone. I think that's how it got started.
No, but a quadriplegic...
Yeah, they're still thinking about it.
They're still thinking about it. Yeah. Just like, your brain did not give a fuck about sex at all.
Right.
Think of how much shit you could get done. You're like, I don't give a fuck about impressing the opposite sex at any point.
That's so funny. I've never heard anyone else say this. And him and I talked about it, and now you just brought it up.
Yeah, just like, hey, I'm going to dress however, because I don't care about impressing women. I'm not going to, nothing I do is in pursuit of getting laid.
Well, and a lot of dudes, everything they do is trying to get laid.
I mean, I would say every dude, there's at least some percentage of what they do is about getting laid.
Right.
Or at least, female attention.
Right. And vice versa.
Yeah. But if you completely remove that from the equation,
yeah,
who knows what
you'd be like a CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
Just like, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Shake them big titties in my face. Don't care.
Right.
Don't care. I'm all about making that money.
Uh-huh. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
It'd be interesting, but also kind of depressing because, sex is awesome.
But you don't know because you're not into it. You don't know what you're missing if you don't know it.
This is true. This is true.
Just like if you were born blind, you don't really know what you're missing.
Yeah. This is very
If you
true.
go blind at 30, then you're pissed, yeah.
Well, yeah, watch your sugar level, people. Don't go diabetic on me.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, no, that... Either going deaf or blind, midlife...
Oh, that'd be a bummer.
Terrifying.
I can't imagine getting paralyzed.
That would be bad. Though I would almost prefer to be paralyzed from the waist down than to go deaf or blind.
Well, I definitely go with deaf.
I don't know, man. I love music.
I do too, but I also like to sit in silence. So I guess that's where I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a very good podcast producer deaf, though.
Well, now that I'm sure they have some type of adaptive thing.
Who knows? Blind would be much worse than deaf.
Yeah, totally.
The idea of, like, I love movies.
I never see blind people around L.A.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. There's actually an Institute for the Blind on Vermont.
Oh, really?
I'm a horrible person, but I saw 3 blind people crossing the street, and they're, like, holding each other's hands. I'm like, holy fuck, it's the blind leading the blind.
There you go.
I'm a horrible fucking person. That of all things is what's going to send me to hell.
Right.
That Instagram photo with that caption.
Oh, you posted it.
Oh, fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, good.
Because it was literally the blind leading the blind.
Right.
Who actually sees that in person?
Right. Yeah. That's good. I like that.
It's fucked up.
Well, but they're jokes, you know. I just saw, I think it was yesterday or this morning. Everyone was all up in arms about someone made a joke about, what was this? Did you see this?
What, Larry David's Holocaust?
Yeah.
They're fucking jokes, people.
Exactly. And I'm a big jokester and I love comedy and everything. So for me, they're jokes. You sit there, you laugh. If I'm in a comedy club and someone starts busting on 37-year-old white males, I'm going to laugh because it's going to be funny.
Well, nothing's sacred. As long as the joke's funny, that's all that matters.
Right. And even if it isn't, they were trying to be funny.
Right. Because no matter what joke you make about the Holocaust, it doesn't change that the Holocaust happened.
Exactly.
It doesn't reduce the significance of the event.
I don't even mind, everyone jokes and says the too soon thing. I don't even mind that. Because funny is funny, regardless.
I fully fucking agree on that shit. Funny is funny. If the joke's not funny, well, then I'll judge you for that.
Right.
But no subject matter should be taboo.
Right.
If you can make it funny, that's all that fucking matters.
But the problem is now it's even worse because everyone's so soft.
People are very sensitive these days.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. And I pick fights with people on Facebook sometimes. And it's just, they're soft fucking, it's fucking horrible.
It's the pussification.
Because feelings trump facts these days.
Right.
It's fucked up. I mean, I'm sure some people are wondering why I do this, but every time someone screams without any facts about a mass shooter being a terrorist, I don't care what their race, creed, or color is, that man's a terrorist. Like, no, you have to have political ideology behind terrorism. No, he's terrorizing people. He's a terrorist. Terrorism is not someone who inflicts terror.
Right, by definition.
Right. There's a legal definition by the U.S. government. And inflicting terror on other people is not it. Because otherwise, I would argue every act of violence inflicts terror on someone.
Right, of course.
So are you saying every violent criminal, every inner city shooter is a terrorist?
No.
Exactly. So we're on some serious shit, and it's actually about last call. So
I know. And I don't like to ruffle feathers, but I do like facts, and I like to, I like theories as well, and I like to sit around and chat about them. Again, not where they can erupt and everyone can get all mad, but...
fuck them if they get a little upset.
Right, yeah, I don't care.
But Donnie, we're going to call it for the evening. Where can we find you on the social medias?
Just Twitter. I it's all I can keep up with.
You should get an Instagram like a normal person.
I know, but here's the thing. Everyone tells me this. I don't take pictures, and that's my problem. So my Twitter would just be like incoming. There'd be no outbound.
Take pictures of rocks. You're a geologist.
Yeah, I could. I actually should start like a Twitter for just something.
Donnie rocks.
Or a Instagram, just something silly.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe I'll do that.
So where on Twitter can they find you?
Twitter, it is at Donnie, DONNIE _rock, ROCK, the number 6, the number 9.
Awesome. As always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink. on Twitter. And now we drink underscore on Instagram. Matt Slayer on Snapchat. I fucking got it right. For once, I remember my goddamn Snapchat. So check us out.
I need to follow your Snapchat because I do have Snapchat. Again, only incoming, no outbound. But I like to watch what people are doing.
I mostly just Snapchat me watching weird movies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, there are no nudes on my Snapchat. It's literally like, I'm taking a screen cap of my fucking whatever I'm watching on, and I look at my movie library. I watch weird shit.
Right. Yeah. You have a lot to pick from, though.
I do. But on that note, guys, we're going to keep drinking off mic. Have a good night, all.